Hello again, guys. So how's it going? I hope y'all are doing well. I've decided that today we're going to go ahead and check out our favorite coin that has crashed down to zero, Lunc, or Terra Luna Classic. Yeah, so let's take a look at Terra Luna Classic here on the daily charts. First of all, none of what I'm about to say is to be considered as financial advice, because I'm most definitely not a financial advisor. Okay, now guys. So we see that Lunc has attempted to rally after it had pulled back from that awesome spike that we had recently. And it was met with resistance. Look at where it ran into resistance, guys. Look over here at 4047. Look at this right here. Right over here, it ran into resistance as well. And so that is exactly where it ran into resistance, where it was attempting to break out. You guys see it? How beautiful it is on the charts? I tell you, the chart is all numbers. It's so awesome sometimes. Look at this. Look at where this level of resistance is right here. It's at 4047, right here, exactly there. And that is exactly where these two candles over here also ran into resistance. Look at it, 4047. And so we're having a minor retracement here, coming all the way back down to 401, where it's currently at, 402, where it's currently at right now. Now, the question is, will it proceed to follow this recent trajectory as it did here just recently and come all the way back down here? Is that what's getting ready to occur here? That is the question. And I'd have to say, you know, much depends on what Bitcoin is doing. Unfortunately, guys, these coins, including Lunc, still follows what Bitcoin is doing currently. And that is just so unfortunate. As a matter of fact, every single coin still follows what Bitcoin does. Until we have that crash in Bitcoin and some of these coins are untethered from Bitcoin temporarily, they're just going to follow suit. They're just going to wait and see what Bitcoin is doing and just follow suit, unfortunately. So we can't wait until Bitcoin crash, guys. We literally can't wait for Bitcoin to crash so that we can have several of these coins untethering from Bitcoin so they can shine, you know, and do whatever it is that they want to do. But I personally believe, and this is just my opinion, that there's a greater chance for Lunc to pump than for it to crash, considering the fact that it has already crashed so much. Now, you guys, I want for you guys to tell me if I'm making sense. It has already crashed so much, so there's a greater chance for it to pump. There is more room for it to pump than there is for it to crash. And even if it were to crash, it would be a small crash, guys, because we know that this will not be the crash to zero for this coin. That is not coming up next. What's coming up next is that 1 cent pump. That is coming up next. So whatever moves, even if Bitcoin were to start crashing and Lunc were to crash in reaction to a Bitcoin crash as well, I'd say that it wouldn't get much far before it turns around and starts to rebound very violently. You see, that's what I'm thinking. So even if it were to crash, come anywhere down here, I'd say that is completely irrelevant. That is not at all important, considering that this coin is one of the first coins that are going to pump. You see, and we know, we have like an idea of where it's going to pump. You see, so I'd say, even as I've stated several times before now, it is very dangerous to be outside of this coin. To not be holding any of this coin is just not wise. And that is just very dangerous, in my opinion. So wisdom is to hold this coin. You see, especially at these low numbers. I remember even while it was at the 3 zeros level, and that was several months to a year ago. And many of us, including myself, just wished that we could have like these current numbers that we're seeing today, this current price, so that we can get in. And here we are today, and a lot of people are hesitant to jump in. This right now is an excellent buy price for Lunc, guys. And this is just all my opinion, again. And I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of you out there that would agree with me, considering where this coin is going. So yeah, guys, in my opinion, let's pull it up here on the weekly. Let me show you guys something. This is what we want for Lunc. Okay, guys, so you guys see this purple line? First of all, let me pull it back down again so you guys can see it. Let me highlight it. So this is Lunc on the weekly. And you guys see this purple line, right? We want Lunc, this is on the weekly. Remember that, keep that in mind. We want the blue line to cross over the purple line. That's what we want for Lunc on the weekly. Look what happened each time it did that. It happened over here, all the way over here. And it went on to, it mooned afterwards. And it did it here again, and it pumped. It did it here again, and it pumped again. So, even more than the daily, this one is even sure, it's much more sure. If we're to see this blue line, if we were to have a cross right here of this blue line above the purple line right here, which currently it's attempting to do, guys, because I've been watching it. Lunc is attempting to cross over, to pump all the way up here to this purple line. Let me maximize it again so you guys can see. It's attempting to get up there. Here it is, this purple line right here, guys. Look where it's at again. My goodness, look at that, guys. Look, do you guys see that? What, it's exactly at 405. So it's a level of resistance, sitting perfectly on these two candles where they both of them topped out, these weekly candles, indicating that it's a level of resistance. Look over here again. This is exactly where this green wick stopped, perfectly indicating that it's a level of resistance. And the purple line is currently now right there. That is what Lunc is attempting to do. So what we want to see is for Lunc to eventually get up here to this purple line at the 405 area, pierce it, and then close, have a weekly candle closing above it. If we were to see that on Lunc, guys, let me minimize it again. If we were to see that happening with Lunc, it would take out this candle easily, take out this candle easily. Lunc would eat a zero, guys. Yes, Lunc would come up to the 301 area easily. It may happen even within 1 week, in less than a week. That's how fast it would come up here. And that's what it's attempting to do currently. Now, is it possible? Well, in my opinion, guys, Lunc is currently a deflationary token. You see, it currently has around 6 point something trillion in its total supply. But Binance has been doing burns. As a matter of fact, Binance does burns every single month. And as a part of this deflationary mechanism, every transaction that Lunc has on Binance, a half of that money of the transaction of the Lunc transactions on Binance, on the Binance exchange, Binance burns half of that money. Binance uses half of that money to burn Lunc. And so each and every single month, we had one at the start of this month in January, I think. And then we're going to have another one at the end of January, going into February, right around there. So each time we have a burn, we see some very good price action with Lunc. The last burn that Binance did, I think it was around 5 billion Lunc, I believe, yes. And each time that we have a burn, Lunc responds very positively. We see some very positive action in the price of Lunc. And I can tell you now that bigger burns are coming in the future, because as people start to trade more often with this token, especially on the Binance exchange, it accumulates more transaction fees with which Binance will then use to burn more tokens. You see, so Lunc is currently deflationary. And I can assure you that at some point down the line, Binance is just going to get up and they're going to do much, much bigger burns for this token, which is going to send the price flying. It's only a matter of time, and it's going to surprise a lot of people, guys. Whenever this token is ready to spike, even as it's been prophesied, as it's been seen before many times by many prophets, it's going to surprise a lot of people. It's going to catch them off guard. It's going to catch them by surprise. And then a lot of people are going to be FOMOing into this coin. You see, so it's only a matter of time now. And I honestly believe that it is much more safer. It is better to be inside of Lunc than not to have any currently. And again, that's considering where we know that this coin is going in comparison to where it's currently at. Lunc is currently at a very good buy price, in my opinion. But this is for the ones who don't mind holding and being patient, because it requires a lot of patience. You purchase and you hold. You can also set your sell orders, I've already mentioned in previous videos, where you guys can look to take some profits. Personally, I've showed you guys before that myself, somewhere around here, based off of these candles right here, somewhere around here, where it peaked out on this run, I'm going to take some profits for some money that I've borrowed. And then afterwards, the rest of coins, the rest of Lunc that I have, I'm just going to ride it with ups and downs all the way up to that 1 cent area. That is my plan. And I'm not going to be trading Lunc. I'm going to be riding it all the way up to those 0.20s and around that 1 cent area. You see, after I had taken some profits down here, which is, I have to do that. So that's what I'm looking for, guys. I know that it's coming up very soon. I've already showed you as well the triangle that I've illustrated in previous videos, that it's going to break out of that triangle very, very soon, because it's basically at the edge of that triangle. So it's only a matter of time. I'm expecting a pump by now in the end of February for Lunc. So you guys keep that in mind. So there you have it, guys. That's all I wanted to share. That's my 2 cents in regards to Lunc's price, and the price for Lunc currently, which is at 0.0042. I'm expecting very big moves to come soon. I'm expecting more burns. Binance is going to continue to do burns every single month, and that's going to greatly impact the price of Lunc going forward. Now, that's it for this video, guys. I'm not going to make this one any much longer. You guys, please do with this information what you will. Now, you go ahead and take care of yourselves. Peace. Shalom. Until next time.